Whatever fear or limitation you have inside you, always, always, always go towards that.
What's up, man? Second point is
Let me ask you, how would your life be different without any mental roadblocks? Yo, what is happening, my legend? Hope you are absolutely crushing it today. Happy Friday it is here for me in Melbourne, beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And today I want to talk with you about how you really get to find yourself through pushing it to the limit. Because again, you're watching this video here right now. You might watch other videos on YouTube and all these sort of things. And this is all great. We should study, we should listening to podcasts, YouTube videos, books, all these sort of things. These are all great to spark a curiosity within us, to spark awareness within us. But if we're not executing on the things, this is where most people, and including myself, have gone wrong many, many times. We're just consuming, and we never really implement and actually improve and test these things we now have learned, right? So again, you're not gonna learn, you're not gonna find yourself in a book or in an audiobook. You need to find yourself by pushing it to the limit and challenge yourself. And number one is basically down to the simplicity of it, is to take more risk in your life. Take more risk in your life and then ask yourself, what is the worst thing that could happen here right now for me doing what I'm doing, for me moving to a different country, for me taking on a new job, for me going into a relationship? Whatever fear or limitation you have inside you, always, always, always go towards that. Fear is an indication for something needs to happen, good or bad, right? So if it's a fire inside, you're not just going out and turning off the fire alarm and then you go back into bed again. No, you're getting everything out and then you're running out of the apartment. I love that fear because it's an indicator of something needs to happen. I need to lean in towards that. Number two is that you are going to kind of like every single situation you're going into moving forwards, it's like, what is the learning opportunities? What is the learning opportunities for everything that happens towards you? Because negative, good or bad, there's always something to be learned. When I used to work as a laborer here, I was actually in a traffic accident for 3.5 years ago, right? Little traffic accident, scratches, there was a car in front of me. We're turning right into an intersection and he's turning left straight away afterwards. And I kind of didn't see that he stopped up and went in there. So I basically clipped the corner of him, right? And I was driving in my boss's work car. Nothing really happened with our car, but obviously we have to repair his car there. So the access went in and paid for that thing. But because I was not the owner of the car, I had to pay the insurance myself. Because I was under 25 of that, I had to pay a lot more in access. So it ended up being like $2,000 or something I had to pay for that. And I was just brand new here, right? I didn't have any money, I didn't have any understanding, I had lots of insecurity and fear, what's gonna happen, what will my boss say, and all that sort of stuff. I remember driving off from there, having that anxiety and fear of like, fuck, this is shit. I flipped it around in my brain and said like, okay, what do I need to do right now? Okay, I need to get $2,000 right now, quick. And what that taught me was that over the next 2 or 3 weeks, I accumulating $2,000 and I just put it on side, I put it on side, I put it on side. And I suddenly had $2,000 in a very, very short period of time. And that really gave me an experience of like, whatever something happens to you, there's always something to be learned. I flipped it around and I actually learned something triggered for me, right? And it became some sort of like a muscle or a part of my life right now. Every single time there's something happen for you, I promise you, if you start getting the mindset of flipping it in from negative to positive, I promise you, your life will just be one big game that you can just go in and test yourself in, right? And this is where you start learning about yourself, by testing, being uncomfortable and doing the things you don't really want to do, and test yourself and your character in these situations there. Number 3 is basically regret. Because we all got regret. I want you to play that thing on yourself, that whatever you have a spark of something inside you, play that regret game on you of like, if I don't do, what would I regret? I want you to start going into that whole aspect of like, I want to test myself to the limit, right? I want to test myself to the limit because that's where I'm going to learn things about myself. It's not in a book. It's out there. It's out there when you're trying and experiencing things for yourself, right? So again, there was the 3 points I have in this video about how you can actually start learning more about yourself by testing your limits and finding that edge in your life and around yourself. Again, legend, if you like this video here, please hit the subscribe button, leave a link, leave a comment below. If you want to see more of these sort of videos or whatever other topic you would like me to cover, leave it down in the comment below. And then remember to subscribe and follow me across all the channels, Simon Thompson, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.